What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Jasmy's price is pushing up a good bit right now, and I want to give you a bit of an update as to what we're seeing right now and what we can be expecting next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And don't forget, my friends, if you do want to start trading some Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, and many more cryptos on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. And whatever profit you make from that $300 is all yours, no strings attached. So if you want to withdraw it, reinvest it, you can do whatever you want with it. Again, it's all for you. So head down to that link down below if you do want to get access to that 10% bonus, because I do believe this is a fantastic platform. I've done a lot of trading on it myself. I do think you'll like it a lot. So feel free to check that out down below and let me know what you think. So over the last few videos for Jasmy, we have been tracking this pullback here. I've told you all rather consistently that pullbacks like this are extremely important. They're good for the price, they're good for long-term sustainable growth, and it's not something you should be worried about. I've told you all about all the bullish signals that we were seeing while this pullback was happening, and now we are, seemingly in a spot to where Jasmy's price may seemingly be trying to get a push towards the upside, which of course wouldn't be a bit of a shocker. Now, the reason why we kind of had a good feeling or a good idea that this pullback may happen, but it wouldn't be a big deal, is just based off of what we're seeing from the Fibonacci's. We've been tracking a ton what's happening with these Fibonacci's, from the fact that we saw Jasmy's price break the golden box, to the fact that it then cleared the range high, to the fact that it then hit the 1.272 extension, and then it starts pulling back a little bit. And so what I was telling you all was, look, when we see interactions with the Fibonacci's like this, you don't need to be scared by a pullback like this. Just understand what's happening. There was a major zone of resistance that Jasmy's price just broke above. It then cleared its range high, which is another major point of resistance, and now it's going to do what's called a back test, which is when you come back down and you try to establish support on top of these previous zones of resistance. And I told you, I'm under the belief that Jasmy will do a good job at trying to build some support on one of these zones. We figured it was either going to be here at the range high, within the golden box, and worst case scenario, the Fibonacci zone to the downside. And that's exactly what we saw. Jasmy's price coming right back down, hitting our key levels of support, and is now trying to use these levels of support to push back upwards. This is systematic. I mean, this is exactly what you would want to see from a crypto that's breaking out, and moves like this are the exact type of thing that you need in order to get up to that 8.5 cent level. You remember I told you all in the last Jasmy video that these prices are like slingshots, and in order for you to truly be able to make progress forward, you have to pull it back a little bit, just like a slingshot. You pull it back, you let it go, and it goes forward. You pull it back, you let it go, and it goes forward. And so in moments like these, when we're seeing these pullbacks, no need to stress out. What we're going to do, we're going to pick up a little bit of Jasmy on the way down, buy a little bit more and more as it hits these key levels to the downside, and let it ride, because the likelihood is that the bulls will step in when they need to and try to push that price back upwards. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. And so now that we are seeing all of these things come into fruition, and now that you of course know what we've been looking at, what we've been tracking, and much more, let's dive a little bit forward now into what's happening today and what we need to be on the lookout for next. And now I will warn you, some of the things that I may say in this video are going to get a little bit confusing, especially if you're a beginner. So I just want to let you know, if you're a beginner who is simply just trying to learn all this crypto stuff and just get better in general, or maybe you're advanced and you're just trying to add more tools to your toolbox, all that I want you to do is just stick around at the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing over in the Discord server, because from all of the shows, the lessons, the classes, and live streams, and courses, and all the stuff that we're releasing on a daily basis, we have a community generating hundreds of percentages a day, every single day. I mean, you can go look, even on days like yesterday where the market was down, we had people bringing in 500% gains, 100% gains consistently over and over and over again. So again, if you're somebody who quite simply just wants to get better at this whole crypto thing, just stick around at the end of the video. So now that we've done the recap, let's zoom down a little bit into what is happening here on the 4-hour charts, because the picture is very, very clear. What you can see here is that Jasmy's price came off the top side of that 1.272 Fibonacci extension level and actually went directly back down into the golden box, now successfully doing what is called an RS flip. An RS flip, quite simply, is when a prior point of resistance gets flipped into a support zone. And historically, when things like this are successful, they can absolutely catapult the price of cryptos upwards, especially when it's the golden zone. When you break above the golden zone, come back down and flip it into support, you have the opportunity to absolutely send it, because you have to remember, it's such a strong point of resistance that oftentimes it can be an equally strong point of support. And when you get a foundation below you that is that strong, the opportunity opportunity to the upside is limitless. And that's the reason why Jasmy is one of the few up 16 to 20% today. It's quite simply because it's bouncing off of a much stronger level of support than most other cryptos are right now. Now, the question then becomes, well, of course, if we're saying, if it's successful, if this RS flip is successful, the question then must be, well, how do we determine if it's successful or not? And what I'm going to tell you is that you need to be on the lookout for a topside breakout of the topside Fibonacci zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Okay, look, let me make this simple. We're going to take a rectangle. We're going to draw a golden box right here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of everything else. Then what we're going to say is, okay, at what point can we determine, like I said earlier, can we determine that this is a successful RS flip? Well, the only way to truly be able to do it is to mitigate or to get out of the risk area right now. The risk area simply is the golden Fibonacci zone to the top side. Because you know how I said, well, we bounce off the bottom side Fibonacci and bounced upwards. Well, now we have to worry about bouncing off the top side Fibonacci and coming back down. This is the reason why oftentimes you will see things such as ABC corrections. And what an ABC correction looks like is a move to the downside, a bounce upwards, and then a continued move downwards. We see these ABC corrections all the time in crypto. And oftentimes the reason you see this is because the crypto will work itself all the way back up to the golden zone to the top side, get rejected back towards the bottom side golden zone, and then lose that one. And the only way for us to truly know that this is not going to happen, that it's very unlikely to happen at least, and that this RS flip is actually successful, is if Jasmy's price can clear this golden zone to the top side. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take another golden box, and now we're going to draw this golden box right here. This is our goal. This is the goal that we need in order to see, Jasmy's price open that door again to 6.5 cents to 8 cents. And that is for Jasmy's price to be able to come up, maybe not today, it can be over time, and clear the top side of this box at 5.2 cents. 5.2 cents is going to be the determining factor of whether or not Jasmy's price is going to be able to possibly make that move. Because the crazy part about it is that if Jasmy's price does clear this level, on a micro Fibonacci perspective, that opens up the door for Jasmy to push up to 7 cents and 8.6 cents, which is right up there in those, with those targets that we've had for quite a while now. But it all comes down to this golden box. And so although everything does feel super exciting today and everything does feel extremely, entertaining to say the least, to see all of these things up 15, 16, 17%, I don't want you to get sucked into the thought that this is now over and that we're for sure through this pullback and that it can't continue downwards, because the moment that everybody thinks the pullback is finished, that's when that final move to the downside does happen. And so just be, stay frosty right now. Move with a good bit of caution. Personally speaking, I'm not doing any buying on Jasmy. I'm good. We did some buying as its price was going down. I can actually go back towards the Discord server if we do go here. Let's see, insights with Tyler, where are we at? Here we go. And what you can see is that on the 10th, whenever we did see that big pullback, Jasmy was one of those cryptos that we were buying as the price did start to pull back right here and right here. And so because of that, look, I'm totally fine to let the profits on these ride. I mean, those purchases are up anywhere from 20 to 30%, and I know a lot of you did some buying in there as well. And so right now, I see no point in doing some big buying or anything like that. I'd rather just leave it alone, allow this to play out, see if we're going to be able to break this golden box, and if we are or if we're not able to, then that'll help me determine where I think this is going from here. And so the best thing that you can do right now, in my opinion, subjectively, is just to sit back and relax and let it ride and just see what happens. Because if we break the golden box, the door to 8 cents is now open wide, in my opinion. If we get rejected here, I think there's a chance we're going to come back down to possibly as low as 3.5 to 4 cents, start trying to find the higher low, build up some solid foundation, build it up, probably consolidate a bit, go in, create a double bottom, and do a whole bunch of stuff that no one really wants to see happen. That's going to take a couple weeks and be very annoying. So not knowing what's going to happen here, the best thing to do is just to let it play out. Let this battle for the golden box ensue between the bulls and the bears and just see which one wins. And so as we do get more signs and signals while this is playing out, of course I will continue to update you, but the best thing you can do right now is just watch this golden box like a hawk, because it is going to determine what the next few weeks and possibly just the rest of the year does look like for Jasmy. So this is very good. I really do like what we're seeing here. It did validate this breakout to the downside and this establishment of support that we hoped for, but now we need to see this battle won before we can really get our hopes up. So as I mentioned before, I'll continue to update you as this does play out, but watch that golden box close and stay tuned for more videos. Now, as I mentioned before, if you're somebody who is quite simply just trying to get better at this whole crypto thing, what I want you to do is I want you to join the Discord server. Now, in order to get access to the Discord server, you're going to have to go through the Patreon link, and it's the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper, either $17 a month or $5 a month. But what that's going to get you access to, I think, is extremely valuable. There's insights with Tyler, for example, which is where I post some of my buys and my sells and just moves and things that I'm thinking and things like that. And feel free to kind of just pause and read some of this stuff as I do go. We have exclusive live shows, the one like Crypto Vault Live. This is a daily one, Monday through Friday, where we're going over just the market, what's happening, updating you on the news and more. We have technical analysis that goes out every day on all your favorite cryptos. We have daily fundamental analysis on the market itself. I've hired 2 teams of professional traders to post their buy and sell signals every day that they're trading. And guys, you got to think, these are people, entire teams of people who rely on trading in order to live, in order to eat, to pay their bills, right? So obviously there's a lot of pressure there, and they're professionals at this. So if you want to learn from people with that type of weight on their shoulders, you can go check that out down below. There are premium classes on things like a beginner's guide to XRP Ripple, the Bollinger Bands, the Fibonacci's, and much more, all of which you can access here. There's beginner's courses on things like leverage trading and technical analysis, and 3 more of these releasing over the next few weeks. Guys, these are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations, cheat sheets, vocabulary sheets, everything you need in order to get started. And then, of course, there's Tips with Tyler, where, of course, I just give you random 2 to 3 minute long videos on just things that, of course, I think are beneficial. You can see it here, like setting up the Fibonacci's, taking profits, etc. Now, all in all of these things are contributing to build a community that is absolutely crushing. And as I showed you earlier, hundreds of percentages in gains every day. And look, I'm just going to scroll up, and you can pause at any given point and see the gains that they're printing, because this is just 2 days ago, all of these gains that we're seeing right here. And so if you, of course, do want to start learning all of these lessons, using these lessons to build your strategies and use that strategy to make a real profit in this world of crypto, all that I ask again down below is that you go check out that link. Okay, go check out the link to Patreon. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or even more, but I'd be willing to say that it's more valuable than Netflix. So of course, go check it out down below. Let me know what you think, and don't forget, guys, we post 4, 5, 6, 7 videos here on the channel every single day. So if you have been enjoying them, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.